Hi everyone, my name is Asad Ali, and today in this video I will tell you how you can use Jupyter Notebook for Selenium automation. So let's start. First of all, if you have already installed Selenium, then you can continue. If you have not installed Selenium yet, you can watch this video. I will add the link in description as well, so that you can watch the video and install Selenium in your computer as well as Jupyter Notebook. So once you do that, you can start from right here. All right, so first of all, if Jupyter is installed, all you need to do is type Jupyter Notebook in your terminal and press enter. It will launch Jupyter in your localhost. All right, and it will open the link in your default browser. So if it is opening in maybe another browser that you don't want, then you can simply copy this link here, or this one, the first one or the second one, and just copy and paste this into your browser. All right, so I hope that that makes sense. So let's start. Let me just go to our tutorials video here, folder here, and okay, I have Selenium tutorials folder here. So all right, let's create a new file here. You'll probably see, let's say whenever you launch the terminal, remember that in terminal, whenever you are launching Jupyter Notebook, make sure that you are in a folder where you want to create the files. All right, or it is a main folder so that you can navigate from there. Okay, so now we are here, and I'm in my Selenium tutorial folder. Let me create a Python file here. Once you click on all right, let me just show you again. Click on new and click on Python. It will create a new notebook for you. Okay, now what we need is that we need Selenium WebDriver, and we need to make sure that Selenium WebDriver is in place. So I hope that you have watched a video that I shared before, so that you can set up Selenium WebDriver in your computer as well as the Jupyter Notebook. So let's start. First thing you need to do is just import Selenium into your notebook. From Selenium, import WebDriver here. Okay, let's run this, and it will simply load the Selenium. So right now I'm going to use I have both Google Chrome WebDriver as well as the Firefox WebDriver. Okay, so make sure that you have either of these, and also the browsers are also installed in your computer. All right, now let me show you how to load a Google Chrome or WebDriver. Okay, so to do that, let me send this as driver, and let me call my WebDriver. Let's use Chrome first and run this, and it will launch a Chrome file. Make sure that for Chrome, I recommend using you can use either of these. Either you can use Gecko driver for Firefox, or you can use Chrome WebDriver. But the problem with the Chrome WebDriver is that you need to update the WebDriver with your browser. So if you look here, it is telling me to relaunch to update Chrome, and if you look at the error here, it will tell me that support Chrome version 106. So it means that every time you update your Chrome, it is going to ask you to update the WebDriver as well. So you can use Firefox. Okay, and for this one you need to download Gecko driver, and I think that is one-time download. Once you download that, doesn't ask you to update you that often. Okay, all right, let's wait a little bit for Firefox to load. I don't use it a lot, so it is probably going to take a little bit of time. Okay, as you can see that Firefox window is open. Now next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open a link in that driver. Let me open this driver.get, and in here I can open any link I want. I prefer using to scrap. This is basically you know, a sandbox, web scraping sandbox that you can use to scrape and learn the scraping and all the techniques. Okay, all right, so let's use this link for web scraping. And if you look here, it says slash scroll. It means that this is supposed to this mocks a website that has scroll features. And in this video I'll tell you how you can scroll as well. So let's do that. First, let me just copy this one, and let's go back to our Jupyter Notebook and simply paste the link in here. Okay, so now let me just drive it get, and you will see that it is loading the scrape.com/scroll website. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's say, collect some data from here. And to do that, just right click on this and go to inspect. Now you can see, just if you okay, if you go through all the, if you look here, it just if you navigate through all these tags, you will see that it is just showing you which text belongs to which tag. Okay, so if it is not, just simply do this, click on this one, and you can just do the same here on the screen as well. So let me just see. Okay, this is the span tag with clause and some text in it. Okay, I'm going to collect these text for all the codes. All right, so to do that, let me just copy this one, and I'm going to use this container. And if you look here, basically all these codes are enclosed in this container. Okay, so all I need to do is just copy this one, and I'm going to use export for this. But first, one more thing that I need is find elements and by dot export, and just need to type my export here. Let me just move this one, type export for this. Let me see what was the tag name is div and attribute is class. So let's just do this, and div and class. Okay, first, one more thing here is that I did not import by so far. So if I run this, you will see that it will say by is not defined. So let me just import that as well from Selenium by. Okay, so now I have by as well. So now let me just run this one. Okay, as you can see that we have located the element here. Inside this element we are looking for all the code. So let me just improvise my export a little. To do that, let's type div. For sub tag, you can simply type / right. Okay, now let me just copy this thing and paste it inside here. Okay, now you can see that I've got all the tags I needed, all the code tags. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the text first, and text is enclosed in this tag. So let's just do that. Before that, let me just go create a for loop for element in this. Let me just quickly go through each element and get the text for to print. Okay, so let me element dot find element, and remember that to get the list of elements, you need to mention elements, and to get only first element, you just need to mention find element. Okay, so here I'm going to type find underscore element, and let's go by export, and in here I'm going to write the export. So remember that whenever you are executing an export on one of the export elements, if you look here, this is basically web element, and if you are looking to execute an export on an element instead of the whole HTML, you need to mention this dot before that. Okay, for export. And if you look here, I'm going to execute this export on this web element. So I'm writing this like this. Okay, so let me just look at the tag. It is span and it is class. So let's just do this span and class. Okay, to get the text, simply type dot text and print. All right, so if you look here, I got all the quotes that I needed. Let me just add a new line character so that you can see clearly. Okay, if you look here, we got the word as we have created. Okay, we got all the quotes that we can see here, but the problem here is that I'm not getting all the quotes because there is scroll down here. So I got the text uh, to this up to this place. So what I need is I'm going to scroll down to the end of the page and make sure that I get all the codes. First I'm going to scroll to the bottom and then I'm going to get all the codes. All right, so let me just scroll. Let's add one more here. So we have a few methods that we use to scroll, and in this case what I can do is I can simply, let's say we have all these codes already loaded. So let's say if this is the last code, I want to navigate to this so that it can wait and load the new one. All right, let's say, okay, whenever we open this website we get these 10 codes, and if we scroll to the 10th code, you will see that it loads the rest of the codes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll to the last tag and then wait a little, it will load new tags, and then we can scroll to the next last tag. All right, I think that way we can identify how many tags we are getting and if we are getting any more new codes or not. Okay, so let's do that. For this we have some okay, we have this export already. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to add a while loop here and this one, and let's call it element equals to this, and to get the last element I'm going to use the indexing here. And okay, now let's execute script. We can execute JavaScript to perform number of functions like clicks and scroll and all those things. So let's use that driver dot execute script, and inside that I'm going to write small JavaScript function dot scroll to, and element. Okay, so it means that it is going to first look at this element and it is going to driver dot, it will simply execute this script, and this script will scroll to that last element that we are going to see. Okay, so let's just add some sleep time here. Let me import time sleep from time, import sleep, and let's sleep, let's say 3 seconds. And if you look here, it means that it is going to find all the elements and scroll to the last element and wait for 3 seconds, and then scroll to the last element and then wait for 3 seconds, but it will do this forever. So we don't want this to do forever. So let's add a condition so that while loop breaks at some point. Okay, so let's say we have let's change it to elements and call -1 here. Now we have total number of elements, and let's say if new ones are not loading, then it should simply break. Okay, so how it's going to happen? It is going to happen in a way that we have scrolled to the bottom and new elements have not loaded. So let's call it if elements equals to, then it should break. Okay, so what will happen is that it will see that if previous elements or new elements are equal to previous elements, it's going to break. So how we are going to identify which ones are previous elements? For this one, let me just first add this as 0, and here I'm going to call previous elements equals to length of elements. Okay, and let's just do this so that this doesn't raise this error here. So logically it should okay, what it should do is that while true, it will first find all the elements. Let's say it gets 10 elements. After that, scroll to 10th element, and it will check if 10 is equal to 0, which is not. It will set previous element equals to 10. Okay, so now when next time it will look at all the elements, it will get, let's say it got new elements, so it will get 20 elements. After load more, and it will scroll to 20th, wait a little, and check if 10 is equals to 20, which is not, then it will just move on. But in case if we have let's say it's equal, and it will simply break. So what I want after break is that I want to get all the elements which is outside the loop. Alright, so let's just run this and see what happens. Okay, sleep is not defined. How's that? Okay, let's run this one now and see what happens. Okay, if you look here, it is simply going to the bottom and scraping. All right, okay, it is done. So if you look here, we have got all the codes that we possibly could get, and we are at the bottom of this scroll down page. Let me just reload this and run this one more time. Okay, now we are on the top of the page. It is not scrolling is not done at all. So let's just run this again and you will see how it works. So all right, just if you look here, it just got to the bottom, new codes loaded, and it just keeps scrolling. Now at this point there are no more new elements. It's not getting new elements, so it will simply get all the codes. All right, so this is how you extract elements text from tags, and this is how you scroll in Selenium. So I hope this helps, and don't forget to subscribe the channel and like this video. Have a good day.